What's going on YouTube? Modeling that back at you with the next part of the Kingfisher build. So as you can see, got things together, and this is actually legit this time. Got the fuselage halves together. Everything went together really nicely. Um, Seams were pretty good. Oversanded a little bit here on the top, but came back in. Had to put in a little bit of filler, but I think that'll work and look just fine. Got the engine mount here on the nose. I'm going to do probably a little bit of detail painting, a little bit of weathering here with the straps and stuff like that. But not going to go too crazy. It's definitely not going to be something that's highly visible or anything like that. So interior wise, got that all done here. Let me brighten that up just a little bit. Obviously, a little bit hard to get some light in there, but do have that pretty well all done. The only thing left to go into here is going to be these little tiny flares, which I got painted up tonight. Just going to let the red dry, and then I'll get those dropped in carefully on each side. There's 4 that'll go in. All of the PE parts went in really nicely all the way around on this thing. And this thing actually fit together like a dream. I know some Kitty Hawk kits have some fit issues, but test fit a few times, and that's really all that I had to do. The other thing that I absolutely love about this kit is the fitment of the wings. There's no filler that was needed, anything at all. Just run some beads of glue. The tiniest little gap does exist here on the bottom side, right at this wing root, but probably if I run a couple more beads of some weld action glue, melt a little bit more plastic in there, that should fill that in just fine, if I'm even going to mess with it, to be honest. The flaps and ailerons, things like that here, they are okay, but they're kind of a pain, given that you only have, like with the flaps here, you only have the 2 tabs. Ailerons, you have 3, which is nice because it makes them a little bit positional, but a bit of a pain. So, cockpit, everything's pretty well ready to go. Let me turn you down here. Cockpit's pretty well ready to go. I got a couple of levers and stuff like that that I got to put onto the actual cockpit itself, but other than that, it's pretty close to done. Seat belts look really nice in there. Was originally going to paint the seat belts. Glad I didn't, because it actually looks good the way that it is. The other thing here, so apologize, I realized I didn't show this in the last bit, but I got the rear seat all finished up, weathered, things like that. So, yeah, looking really good. Just do a quick drop fit in here. Should go about right there. So it is really nice fitment there in the back. So yeah, we'll pull that out as I'm going to be fitting those in. Rudder, things went well with that. No real issues there getting the rudder to fit in. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, there wasn't a lot of issues all the way around. Any black marks you see, any seam lines you see, it's not actually a seam line. It's just a little bit of a residual staining from the Sharpie that I was using to gauge that. Also went through, re-riveted along the panel lines and stuff like that. So really coming together quite nicely. Next big phase of work that's going to be completed here is getting the engine finished up, getting the front engine cowling all built out, get the interior color in that, get the engine in, go through, kind of get everything positioned with that, and get this thing all ready to go for some primer. And hopefully by the end of this next weekend, I'll have this thing at least in primer, if not in the first base coat of color. So really coming together nicely. Absolutely have enjoyed thoroughly this build. Definitely looking forward to getting onto something a little bit different with it and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely interesting aircraft for sure. Just kind of in how that it looks and everything like that. So yeah, if you have any questions, comments, definitely post them down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.